Ladies, gentlemen, train people, bus people, truck people. Hello, and welcome to Transport Fever 2. My name, of course, is Potato. Let's bump the game into action. We'll put the date speed back up to half, because that will give me an opportunity to chat about what the heck has gone down since the last episode. So as I do like to do, I've let the game run, but kept the date speed paused for a good chunk of time. Now, basically, what this has meant is, since we are now making such a substantial amount of money, that all of the figures have suddenly gotten really rather quite nice. So the company value, even though the bank balance has remained, roughly the same, relatively lame, the value of the company has increased tremendously, and that is primarily because, if I go to finances and table, you can see that our outstanding loan is now just about $500,000. So the loan interest that I'm paying is very, very, very much reduced from even a couple of years ago, when we were paying about 60 grand in debt interest. And now we're paying about 7, and probably by the end of the year we'll be paying even less. So basically, the $10 million loan that we have access to has been completely disappeared, which is wonderful, because that means that we can move on to bigger and better things, which is what I'm very, very excited about. That is for sure. So we're looking right now at Burnley. We're looking at Burnley. We're currently looking to try and expand the Burnley line. And I don't mean the Salcombe Tolton branch line. I mean, properly trying to expand to maybe Cleobury Mortimer, but more probably Cotgrave today. I do also want to, as I've already mentioned, branch up to Fairford, but that's going to be sort of a little bit of a work in progress. So what I think we want to try and do today is try and extend the line to Cotgrave, and just sort of see how it goes. You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to repay the last flippin' loan. Can you believe that? That is unbelievable. We can always take out the loan should we need to get a little bit of extra money, but we're not going to. Also, briefly pausing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this train into a depot. There we go. Turn around, back into the depot. This is the better Planky supply route. And what I would like to do, very, very briefly, get you into the depot, get you configured. Let's get you edited. And let's see if we can get some more cargo wagons. We can bring the entire length of the train up to about 80 meters or so. And I think the flat sidecar with stakes is the best one for the job. I mean, they're all pretty much of a muchness, aren't they? Flat sidecar with stakes. Yeah, so let's bump that up to 79 meters. So that's a capacity of 63 bits of wood. What do we need? 600,000? Right. Take out 2 loans, and let's modify that. I'm not really going to worry about the fact that I've just taken out another $1 million loan. It's okay. We can be pretty flexible with these things. I mean, we'll be able to repay it in just a bit. But I really wanted to get that sort of just extra little bit of capacity. That extra little bit of capacity right there, so we can carry just a few more logs on each and every journey. Means that we'll make just that little bit more, which is wonderful. Okay, so with that said and done, we can now focus entirely on this passenger line, which is my real mission for this episode. So, what is the best way of going about doing this? I mean, a bridge was kind of what I was working on. I mean, this is a sort of inland lake, so I don't really need to care too much about... Yeah, in fact, I don't need to care too much at all about the water and making sure that it's navigatable by boats, because I mean, there is a slight chance that I might run boats down this lake at some point later, but I mean, it's minimal, to say the least. But is a bridge the best way to do it, or perhaps a tunnel? Is a tunnel even something that we would entertain the idea of? I mean, it would have to be a heck of a long run up. That's the real problem, I believe. And I don't even think that we'd be able to I don't even think we'd be able to do a long enough run up before getting to the edge. Yeah, so that's when it becomes a... Yeah, okay. Okay, so a tunnel is basically out of the question for practical purposes. There we go. So I think a bridge it will have to be. Okay. Don't want you to collide. In fact, I'm positively dead set against collision. Also, the bridge max speed at the moment is going to be 90... There we go. 90 kilometers per hour, 90 miles per hour. Is that a problem for us? I don't think so. I'm gonna try and bring it around just a little bit so that we can... Yeah, I think that's pretty darn good. Pretty chuffed with that. Sure. Let's do it. All right, that is the biggest bit of infrastructure that we've bought thus far, I would imagine. It's bigger than the road bridge over at the oil processing area, or the steel processing area at the other side of the map. There we go. $100,000. I kind of just want to get it as level as we possibly can. There we go. Okay, that's not looking too shabby. Very, very nice indeed. 34,000. Don't mind if I do. And now, hopefully, we'll be able to make some pretty large cost savings to the whole railway building process here. If we try and keep it on the straight and narrow. Yeah. As close to the ground as possible, please. There we go. Turning into a little bit of a faff, but that's okay. Okay, good. Anyway, the whole point of doing this is that we want to get a brand new passenger service set up. Also, it's got the added advantage of bringing, you know, just railway track to a brand new area where it's never been thus far, which means that we can link all of our industrial sort of transport onto it. If we want to get another, I don't know, another wood delivery route, then we could absolutely do that from Salcombe Forest 2. I don't know why, for whatever reason, we would need any more wood delivery, but you know, it's an option. It's an option. Right. Okay, so I think we can actually make a real success of this. And what I'm sort of realizing right now is just how we sort of subsequent to placing the initial line between Burnley and Salcombe, we added the sort of Taunton branch. I think we immediately set things up with a Fairford to Cotgrave route, because if I have a little look at the public and private transport, yeah, you can see that there's 13 people that travel along this road, and this road is used solely by people traveling from Cotgrave to Fairford. Yeah, I think this is great. I think this is great. How many people travel to Cleobury Mortimer? 21. Okay, I mean, that's good. That's positive, in fact. That's really positive. Okay, what do I need? I need a passenger... Is it a passenger terminus station that I want to build here? You know what? Let's not build a passenger terminus station. And let's see where we can actually put it, because this is a pretty darn big town, actually. Yeah. This is a beast. Cotgrave is huge. Absolutely gargantuan. Okay, I think what we perhaps do is we just bite the bullet and extend the road up to here, get rid of a couple of buildings, get rid of a couple more. Right, I'm gonna do that. It's gonna cost me a pretty penny, but I think it'll be worth it. Especially if we can get, you know, just the train station somewhere central. Yeah, so let's do that right there. Okay, that in itself costs me a heck of a lot of money, but it'll be fine. Right, pause. I don't want to have to do this more than once, because this is already going to be a ridiculously expensive process. Okay. I think keeping a single track for the moment coming into Cotgrave would be a good idea. We can always expand this if we need to. But at the moment, I don't think that that'll be necessary. Okay, that is actually pretty darn good. What I'd like to do here is configure this train station. And then we'd like to go in and add a side entrance. Can I add a side entrance? I want to add a side entrance to the other side. So can I add a platform? Could add a platform over here. Why don't I add a second track? Yeah, add a second track. I know I said, oh, let's keep it as a single track for now. Yeah, that was definitely something that I said. Right, get this down. This is maybe a little bit of frivolous spending, but as I've already said, I'm really good at frivolous spending. That's what I want, though. I want the side entrance that links up to this little road over here, which means that the area of effect for this station is now actually pretty darn large, and it covers a good chunk of the residential area. I think what I also want to do in Cotgrave is get a wonderful little trammy route. That's right, a trammy route is what you have when you have trams in a town. Is that not abundantly obvious? I don't know. I feel like it absolutely should be. Why don't I build out this city a little bit? All right, get that connected up. And we'll build a trammy route in just a second. Anyway, the track that we've got coming down over here is still yet to be doubled for the last section, but that's okay. Anyway, let's bring it along. Bring it along, and let's bring it past... Let's bring it past this side of the steel depot. Sure. Right, looking good. 119,000? No thanks. Let's leave it right there. In fact, that's probably a little bit stupid because that looks like a big old mountain right in the middle there, and I kind of want to navigate around the big old mountain. In fact, that is exactly what I want to do. So let's just delete that and then set up to... Yeah, come this way. We'll tank the speed a little bit, but this isn't the express line yet, so we don't need to worry about that too much. All we need to sort of worry about is really the power of the trains. The trains really do not have the power to go up hills very well, so in a sense, it's quite good that we're addressing that right now by making sure that we're not going directly over a hill. Okay. And a nice sort of gradual climb, and that will eventually reach Cleobury Mortimer, which I'm not going to worry about too much. Right, we need to make sure that this is all jeweled. And let's just drag this all the way along. Will that just fit? It will just fit. Cost us a couple of $100,000. Totally fine. Let's not jewel it any further, as I don't really want to take it any further quite yet, although undoubtedly I will. Okay, Cotgrave, we need to link this up. What is the way in which I want to link this up? I mean, I think I just want to try and connect Fairford to Cotgrave in the first instance, so maybe as a first protocol I should rummage over in Fairford for a good location. A good location for a passenger train station. Let's bump it up to 2 tracks. Let's see if we can find this space. We'll play, borrow 500,000, sure. Maybe it'll involve a little bit of deconstruction. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's going to cost me a ridiculously large amount of money, but also... I mean, I don't want to just torpedo the, you know, the number of people living in this area. Let's do that. So we'll destroy one house. Pause as well, so that no house is rebuilt over here. And we'll do that. Perfect. Okay, so that is actually looking really, excuse me? Ah, the autosave. Fine. It'll hopefully plonk down. Yep, there we go. Just after the autosave. And now... Oh, no. That doesn't look like I've got the angle. I do have the angle over there, though. Can I try again? I know that's really quite bad, but... If I need a little bit more space, then I need a little bit more space. Okay. That's good. I just want to make sure that I get the placement right. So if I can avoid... Yeah, if I can avoid demolishing any more houses, then that is... I mean, that is a major winner. Let's be real. Major winner. Okay. As you can see, the financial situation, it's fluid. Okay, let me try taking the inside just in the first instance. That looks totally fine. That's great. That is really good. Ooh, is that a tram? The damped tram. Nice. All right, that also looks really good. Let's bring this around. Great. Oh, fantastic. Alrighty, so, I mean, the speed is not super fantastic, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all, given the sort of constraints of the situation. Yeah, I'm very chuffed with that. Very chuffed with that. To be honest, in retrospect, this could and probably should have been a terminus station. Although, in saying that, maybe one of these days I want to get a route to connect up to Salcom. In fact, maybe fairly soon. How many people travel on this road? 7? Okay, so it's not really worth it. I'm just sort of thinking, do I just ditch this entirely and just sort of like cut my losses and just get a terminus station? I mean, theoretically, we could actually do that. It does mean that I just sort of throw money down the drain. The reason that I'm going to do it is because it's going to be easier to build around. Let's go down to one platform, 80 meters. Yeah, it's going to be much easier to build. Let's just do that. Right. Grand. And then bring it down this way. Bring the track down this way. And where are we going to branch off to get to Cotgrave? Good question. Maybe over here somewhere? I mean, we're going to need to obviously connect the track from here. Hold on, let me just check. Let me just check the directionality of the signals. Best way to check by hovering over the track. Okay, so left is back. Left is back in. Sorry, right is back in that direction. That is like that. Okay, cool. Grand. Just like to keep an eye on exactly what is going where. Which means I'm going to have to link up this track. Well, actually to both directions. So in the first instance, we should probably just keep it as a single bit of track. At least until we have something a little bit more concrete, a little bit more developed. Okay. So I'll connect that up like so. Yes, fine. And then we'll also have something that like that. Grand. Okay. That actually looks pretty darn good. So now we should theoretically be able to get there and back. At least to Fairford. So that's a step in the right direction. Cotgrave on the other hand. is going to be the next challenge. Right, so let's get... Let's get Cotgrave. Can we just come around this side of the logging thingamabobber? The logging thingamabobber, that's right. The forest, I believe, is the term that I'm looking for there. As you can see, I'm really not concerned about speed in any sense. I'm really not worried. Okay, and then that connects up there. Grand. You know what? Cotgrave, I think I was definitely right to use a... First of all, a double-tracked station, but also a non-terminus station, just a through station. What's the technical name? What's the technical name for a station like that? Just a passenger station? Just a regular passenger station? Yeah, I was fine to use a regular passenger station over a passenger terminus station. But we're going to use it like a terminus station for now. So it's just going to drive up there and come back, which means that we're going to need to get a connection up to this other track over yonder. Yeah, to be honest, I think that this could probably look a little bit nicer, but it would involve ditching this road connection that we've got over here, so I'm not gonna faff around with that, actually. Yeah. You know what? Just get me a connection. Give me a connection, 15 grand, sure. Sign me up. That's grand. Okay. And what is it? So that goes that direction. That goes that direction. Perfect. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Okay, cool. Cool. So this should just work. It should just work. Now, before I go and start things off, before I go and spend like a gazillion bucks on a passenger service between Cotgrave and Fairford, which may or may not make money, let's get a tramming service in the cities so that we can, in each of the respective cities that is, so that we can move people around from where they currently are to where they need to be. So I need, not destinations, I'm looking for, yeah, residential neighborhoods, land use, that's exactly what I'm after. So I can now upgrade the track. I basically want to upgrade all of the track around residential neighborhoods, but I'll also put a bit of track over here. And I think that we can do this with 2 stops. Maybe I've just got a little bit over the top on tram track, but that's okay. I like over the topness. Right. And then let's plonk this down, and I'm completely out of money, apparently. Alright. A little bit of a pain. Right, and get that in there. Grand. Cool. And let's get a line set up in the first instance. Beautiful. Tramming in Fairford. Tramming in Fairford is what it's going to be called. Truck unload stop. No. Bus tram stop. Yep. Let's get a stop right over here. In fact, is that stop going to cover pretty much everything? Sure. Let's get 2 stops. 2 stops. Set up a line. There we go. Brilliant. Is tramming spelt with two M's? I feel like it should be, if it's not. Tramming in Fairford. Let's buy the finest tram. The Dampf tram. Capacity of 11. It's steam. The emissions are 80. I mean, that is pretty ridiculous. Horse-drawn streetcar USA? I think let's get the horse-drawn streetcar USA. Sure. And let's get that equipped onto the tramming in Fairford route. And that is going to be that. Wonderful. Okay, great. Really quite happy with that. Let's pause whilst I've got $1 million. And then let's have a little look at Cotgrave. Cotgrave honestly seems like it should be a little bit bigger than it actually is. It's food and fuel that we need over here. How easy would it be to supply fuel? There is a fuel refinery very, very close by. Doesn't look like there's an oil well anywhere near, though. There's no well over in Stally Bridge. Oil refinery over there. I mean, it is possible. It is possible. I was honestly more thinking that we could get some steel. Look at the amount of coal and iron ore that we've got nearby. Very, very nearby the track as well, which is quite important. Anyway, we'll get to that in just a second. First things first, I want to get this tram system set up. So let's get some bus tram stops. Let's get some bus tram stops. Let's get that over there. And that over there. Sure. Cool. And we'll get a tram depot. We'll get a tram depot plonked down right in the center of town, much to the annoyance, presumably, of everyone who lives on this street, as their houses have all been devalued thanks to the presence of a lovely, unsightly tram depot just outside their front door. Anyway, the tram is literally just going to run down the central street here. Might need to upgrade these roads in order to get a little bit of tram track over there, but I don't think I will. I think that should be fine. Right. So tramming in Cotgrave. Bish, bash, bosh. Tramming in Cotgrave. I don't know what it is about graves in, you know, the naming of English towns. Gravesend, Cotgrave. It's a little bit freaky, to be honest. Anyway, I'm gonna buy 2 vehicles, 2 horse-drawn streetcars for this route, and I'm gonna hope that that's enough. I think it honestly will be. I think, in fact, it'll be overkill. Anyway, so that's gonna be that. That's going to be a train route. Can I buy a brand new train at this moment? I can indeed. Wonderful. Do we have an electric train or a diesel train yet? No, we're still in the age of steam. Very, very much in the age of steam. That costs $1 million. 64 kilometers per hour. Oh boy. That's pricey. Can I just go for the cheapest train, please? I think that would be you. Sure. The Russian class 5 type 1. Grand. Passenger wagons. I mean, I really don't feel like we need to go overboard in this. And I think we'll just go for the Nicholas. A single one, maybe 2. 2 seems like a little bit frivolous, but that's okay. Let's set up a brand new line. Literally going to be from here to here. That's right. I don't think we're gonna need as much capacity as I've accounted for, but that's fine. What is this gonna be called? Not Gravesend, Cotsgrave. Grave to... It's not grave to grave, because we're not going from Gravesend to Cotsgrave. Grave to Fairford. That's like the most unexciting and uninspiring name that I have yet come up with. But that's okay. I'm sure I'll top that soon. Grave to Fairford. Let's get that. So that route is gonna... I mean, it's gonna lose money for a while until we can actually grow the town to a, you know, a reasonable size. Speaking of growing the town to a reasonable size, what do we need to do that? Goods. I mean, how possible is it to make goods? Not very possible, really. We don't have any plastic refining facilities nearby. We could definitely get fuel. And my thought process is that we could use the Salcombe oil well. That's probably the best oil well to use. Yeah, I actually think it would be. Okay. Let me pause and just immediately think about deploying that sort of strategy. Because Cotsgrave requires food, and there's no fields around. There's no food processing plant. Well, there is, but it's quite far away, over in Battle. Tell you what, though, there's a lot of food processing plants, or a lot of fields very, very close to a food processing plant. Doesn't actually matter. Anyway, what we could do, and what I think we will actually do, is we will build a brand new bit of track all the way up sort of the left side of Cotsgrave. Yes, okay. Okay. Here's exactly what we're gonna do. So I want to try and connect up the coal mine and the iron ore mine to, to a train network, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But at the same time, I'm gonna try and build the same line to account for deliveries to the fuel refinery and to the oil refinery. So let's build this together. First things first, we're gonna need to extend the dueling of this track, which may at the moment seem like a little bit of further frivolous spending, but it doesn't seem that way to me. So, roll with me for a little bit here. All right, so that goes there. Grand. And we want to branch off right over here. In fact, you know what? No, I want to branch off slightly earlier. And come up this way. Cross 2 roads. Fantastic. And keep it coming. Keep it coming. Wonderful. Try not to adjust the terrain too much. Want to keep things reasonably simple over here. All the way up to here, which is when we are going to place down a cargo terminus station. Indeed. 80 meters long. That seems totally fine. Let's borrow another 1 million, because that's what I'm going to need in order to complete this project. In fact, it'll probably be a little bit more than 1 million. Anyway, so that goes there. Let's make that 2 tracks. Make that 2 tracks. Sure. I actually think I might need 2 tracks for this. Cool. So that goes in there. And then we have a single station right over there. And this goes over here like this. All right. What we need to do now is just make sure that it all connects up, and then what do you know? We've got the sort of basics of a pretty decent train network there. Okay. We're just going to have a very, very simple sort of one track line over here. But it can be modified. It can be modified should the track become sufficiently busy. Anyway, this should be all of the required infrastructure for, I mean, everything over here. We can still, duel it, but we don't need to duel it right now. What I need to do is I need to get a further terminus train station, cargo terminus train platform right over here. Yep, right over there, just in case we want to add a second track, a second platform even. Okay. And then see if we can try and get a... There we go. Second bit of track to link up there. Perfect. Okay. I actually completed that much cheaper than I was originally anticipating. Problem is that we've basically opened ourselves up to, a theoretically unlimited loss. I mean, financially, things could get pretty dicey. What's the best type of tank car? Just the regular tank car? Sure. Right. Give me the maximum length. Straight from the get-go, I'm going to go maximum length vehicle. I'm going to take out all of the loans that I need in order to make that happen. The reason that I want a maximum length vehicle is that I know for a fact, I absolutely know for a fact that high, not enough power. Ooh, that could be a problem. I'll deal with that later. I know for a fact that this route is going to be immensely profitable if I can just get the right quantities transported. So, let's see if I can get it done. Right, so there. Could not connect all the stations. Really? What's the issue? What's the issue here? What is the issue here? It does seem like it was a... Ah, have we not got a route back? I believe what we're missing is a little bit of track that goes over here. There we go. Will that now work? Oh, that works an absolute dream. Fantastic. Okay, signaling will become an issue, but that's an issue for not right now. Fueling Cotford. It's not called Cotford. It's called Cotgrave. What am I? It's not Cotford. It's Fairford and Cotgrave. Goodness me, potato. Right. Brilliant. Okay. Let's get the train. Let's get the train on that route as quickly as we can. Brill. Right. Get that dispatched. And let's see the money just flow out of the bank account. It's gonna be nice and pricey. Also, I need to get some more signals down over here that will allow the trains to move around a little bit more freely. Alright, not allowed to build trains, signals on bridges, that is. Also, maybe it's just the fact that I didn't have any money when I tried to build that signal. Kind of makes sense, I guess. Look at this, look at this. Look, I'm telling you. Money is going to be coming in. It's going to be coming in thick and fast. 18 passengers waiting already at the station? Holy cow, maybe I've underestimated demand a little bit. 24 passengers waiting? That is actually very, very surprising. And it feels finally good to use a bunch of this track, which we've built, but, you know, or which we had built, but hadn't used. Man, this is great. Okay, so you're going to Hemsworth. Now, that's actually not where I want you to go. I want you to reverse, and I want you to go to Salcombe East and pick up 100%. Some cargo items are lost because the station is overloaded. Well, that is a little bit of a problem. But that just proves my theory, proves my hypothesis, and why we need to get ridiculously long trains. Look at that. To be honest, we could immediately get a second train here, and immediately get a second station to, like, load up, if we needed to. I might, in fact, get that. But I want to see if this train works, because at the moment, it did say that it was a little bit underpowered for, so, like, high hills or whatever. So I don't really want to run that risk. This is looking good, though. Looking real good. 26 out of 26 passengers, and 46 passengers over at Fairford. Man, oh man, oh man. That's great. I mean, I'm very shocked. I'm very shocked. But I'm glad that it's working. It looks like the single tram is presumably making profit. Making profit, making money. Tramming in Fairford looks like a jubilant experience. Truly. It really does. Man, that's great. Well, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. Yeah, that's really, really good. Okay, I don't think we should have any issues with this. In fact, you know what? If the passenger line is immediately going to be profitable, I mean, well, in the first instance, that means that we're actually going to see a little bit of growth in Cotsford, because we'll be able to get some more destinations provided by public transport, which is of course the service that I'm providing. Signals look like they're working fully, which is grand. Yep, wonderful. I tell you what, I do wonder if perhaps I could deliver cargo via train to Cotsford, because I could convert a little bit of this station into a cargo station. That might work. Right, maybe I'll do that, because at the moment I was thinking of like shipping the fuel into Cotsgrave by truck. But I don't actually know if that'll be required. Where's the demand for fuel? Let me have a look. If I do this, the demand for fuel is right over there, and we're covering a good chunk of it. Not a huge chunk of it, though. I could always place down another station over here. Don't really know if that's something that I want to do, though. Right. Repay a couple of million, or repay $1 million in loans whilst the going is good. Fueling Cotsgrave. Sounds like a slogan, you know? Potato Industries. Fueling Cotsgrave. Exactly. It sounds positive, which is what I like. I like that. That's good. Right. 1.2 million. Brilliant. Hold on. I'm afraid you gotta turn around. You gotta turn around. We gotta configure the routes. We gotta say full load any cargo. Full load any cargo. Sorry, buddy. Yeah. I know it's not going to technically be a full load, but as close as you possibly can come to a full load, please. So just half a load is grand. Yeah. Okay. Great. And now you can go to stop number 3, which is perfect. Repay another $1 million in loans. Brilliant. And deliver that to there. Perfect. You know what? I think I do try. I think I really do want to try. We've got a lot of industrial buildings near the station anyway. Let's see if I can try and configure this station for see if I can try and configure this station for cargo. Right, cargo buildings. Okay, how do I even convert this to a cargo platform? That's what I'm after. I need to ditch. One module will be removed. I don't really want to remove that. Okay, ditch that module. Can I? Right, sure. Do that. Doesn't look like it's thick enough to... Doesn't look like it's thick enough to add a cargo thingy on. It's a bit of a bummer. Alright, let me just go back. Side street entrance. Just get that set. Get that set back up. Yeah, I don't have the money to do that. Don't have the money to do that. Can I deliver to the station anyway? I might be able to. Like, is there anything that I can do to reconfigure this area? I know there is a way to do this. I'm just sort of thinking of the best way of going about doing it. The more that I think about it, the more I'm convinced that that delivering by train is the way to do it. But I really do feel like I shouldn't have 2 train stations. 2 train stations in the same city, in the same town, would just be a little bit ridiculous. Okay. Look, we need to get a cargo platform. Yeah, ditch that. Of course, you autosave at the exact time that I click the delete button. That's gonna cost me 500,000 to delete that section of road. That is a little bit silly. Okay. If it's got to be done, it's got to be done, right? Oh, but it feels so bad. Okay, is there a way that I can perhaps... This would be a next level play if it actually worked. Do that. Do that, right? Okay, good, positive. And then delete this little tiny... It worked. Oh my god, that I tell you what, that is... What a... That's a life hack for you there. I've never had cause to say that I have life hacked something. But, oh boy. Absolutely feel like that's the case. Underpass for passenger platforms. I mean, can I still set up a side entrance over here? I don't even know if I can. Sure, try. It's worth a shot, right? Yeah, so I think that links everything up. Sure. Okay, and then configure... Do I need a cargo building? I don't think I need street access for cargo stations. I don't think I need a cargo station. Should I get one anyway? Small side building. Sure. Do that. All right. It should now work. Let me see if I can get this road upgraded so it doesn't look like garbage. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, it's a different type of road. Well, that's my bad. That's my bad. I didn't realize that the road looked different. That's fine. Okay, so you are going to have... You're going to have a slight amendment to that line. So we're going to configure that line. We're going to add a station. The station is going to be this one, which I can't click. Cotsgrave. There we go. Can't connect all the stations. That's about to change. That is about to change. Mark my words. This is about to get funky. This is about to get good. Right, so what we're going to do in the first instance is we're going to set this track up so that it links into the existing network that we've got over here. So pretty darn simple. Gonna come down this way. Oh, this is gonna be an absolute pain to do. One building will be removed. It's a tiny little titchy building anyway. That's fine. And we're gonna come out this side. And we're going to actually dual this bit of track. Or are we? Right, I didn't ever figure this being a problem. I certainly didn't figure this being a problem this early. Okay, I'll worry about this in just a second. Let me see if I can just try and get a little bit of crossover here. Will it need to be after the junction? I think it'll need to be after the junction. It's fine. There we go. That's looking good. Perfect. So, I think I just ditch this road all the way back to here. Yep, we dual the track whilst the road is not there, and then we rebuild the road. Because the road will need to be rebuilt, as it is one of the main roads, I believe. All right, smashing. Cool. And let's just ditch this whole setup here. There we go, ditch that. And then we just connect up the remaining bits of track. Just like that. Cool. And then we put down some signals. Great. Town authorities complain about the following street interruptions. Oh yes, I'd almost forgotten. Almost forgotten about that. I'll fix it, don't worry. Is that the wrong size of the road? I think it actually is. All right, well, you know what? I don't care about making it a big road. Just needs to be a regular road. And you know what? Maybe that could be classified as like a technical ploy. If I destroy the road, then that means that there's going to be no route between Cotgrave and Fairford by land, and therefore people would have to take the train. It's a strategy. Okay, so the route has been modified. You are now going to turn around. Is this gonna start producing? It should work. Consumers should say, right, turn around, go there. Cool. I mean, this should work, I think. Yeah, I think this should absolutely work. It's just whether we see... Ah, yes! Whether we see fuel appearing. And we do indeed see fuel appearing. Fantastic. And you should be able to carry fuel, I believe. Aha! It works. It works. It absolutely works. Man, that is delightful. I'm over the moon that actually works. Okay, can I clone this train? I can indeed clone the train if I have enough money. Right, that's a little bit overkill, but that's fine. Configure the vehicle. Clone the selected vehicle. Both equipped onto fueling Cotgrave. Repay 5 million loan. Fine. You go in here. You pick up a little bit of fuel. It's not much, but it's okay. Doesn't need to be. It will be. Mark my words. It absolutely will be. We are going to start making so much money from this route. So much money. We're already to the point where we're making we probably got too much oil already waiting at the station. 291 oil. Wowzers. In fact, you know what? Let me configure this platform so that I can add a cargo building. So if I add a large cargo building, that should theoretically mean that I don't have any issues. Is that the case? No, it looks like I still have issues. Try that. Will that free up a little bit of space? I don't know what you want me to do, video game. I'm trying here. Also, where'd the oil train go? No, stop. You need to go in reverse. Following vehicles report problems. What's up? What's up, my dude? No path. Why not? Oh, you've just gone past the signal. Well, you know what? Just for you. Just for you, I will modify the signal on a temporary basis. And then change it back to a one-way signal only. It's my bad. I should have been paying better attention. There we go. That's fine. Anyway, that's going to allow the oil train to get to where it needs to go, which is grand. Man, I am so happy. I'm so happy that this worked out. I'm so happy that all of our routes have made money. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I cannot believe the Fairford Express. That's what it needs to be called. The Fairford Flippin' Express. Also, we need some better signaling on this line, don't we? Yeah. Like that. Cool. The Fairford Express. I knew I'd come up with a better name. Fairford Express, not Express Train. There we go. It's a name. It's, you know how publishers say this is the best book, you know, since sliced bread? I don't know if publishers do say that. I feel like it's probably something that they would say. Anyway, the point is that I'm sure some of them say it. The best thing since sliced bread. Well, the Fairford Express is the best thing since sliced bread as well. So yay. Great. Right. We have a full train of oil, which is, I mean, fantastic. Really, really good. Train 5 has obviously not made any money. Presumably Train 4 has actually made some money. Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. Casual, 1.2 million. Honestly, if ever there was a need to get longer platforms, it would be probably at Salcombe East, where we have so much oil production, and honestly, the ridiculously short platform lengths don't really help with transporting lots and lots of goods. I'm just thinking, I need to make a slight modification to that over there. Cotsgrave East needs to pick up as many bits of fuel as possible. Cool. And then we just slowly, casually repay our 3.5 million loan, which we've taken out over the course of this episode. Honestly, I'm not super worried about my my financial position. It's fine. It's obviously quite good if I'm able to make make investments like that. It definitely works. Okay. I think I probably need a few more signals in this section, but that's fine. Also, where do you path? Let me have a little look. You could technically path through Cotsgrave, i.e., if I connected up this track over here, you could path through Cotsgrave, but I don't actually want that because I don't want to have any emissions near the center of town. So it's actually quite good that at the moment the Fueling Cotsford route goes the long way around Cotsgrave. Yeah, that's quite good. That is quite good. That's totally fine. I just can't believe the Fairford Express, not Express Train, is actually making money. I'm genuinely shocked. Genuinely shocked. It's good news though. It's very, very good news. Tramming in Fairford. Honestly, we should get a tram route in absolutely every town and city. Looks perfect. Yep, no issues to report whatsoever. This is all looking very, very good. I'm going to get a signal. Down there. Or at least I would try to if I had the money. Which I do not. There we go. Straight through. Fantastic. Yeah, looking good. Looking real good. I'm just trying to make it so that I don't have any delays. So we want to make sure that all of the signals sort of line up and everything works as it should. 1.2 million. Brilliant. I mean, you can't complain. You can't complain when you get paid 1.2 million, can you? It's just not possible. It's just not possible. All right, load up a little bit of fuel there. Second train should be coming anytime now. Can I have a little look at the emissions graph? The emissions graph actually isn't that bad. Yeah, you know what? There's actually not many residential homes within range of the platforms, the station. So that's quite good. Okay. So you're going to kind of fully load up with cargo. but not fully load up with cargo. And then you're going to wait. You're going to waste a lot of time. You know what? Maybe I change this. Maybe I change this to just full load. Or just load if available. Yeah, rather than waiting. Okay, so you should wait right over here. Grand. And then you'll pop off around here. Unload all of the fuel. Unload all of the refined oil even. Not the fuel. You'll pick up the fuel. That's what you'll do. Okay. Then you'll get through. And then by the time that you arrive... By the time that you arrive at this station... And go to the next one... There should be some refined oil over here. Set to wait for 10 minutes. Got 7 oil. Or 7 fuel even. Yeah, I don't think this is a very efficient way to do it. I think I might need to reinforce that whole load if available thing. Uh, 1.2 million. Wonderful. Yeah, I think I do need to... I need to reinforce... I need to reinforce that. Right, turn around. And pick up that oil. That is... it's necessary. It's necessary that we get this done. It's necessary that we get the refined oil and ship it over in sort of the same breadth as transporting the fuel. So yeah, it all needs to be sort of done as a single process. It's certainly a lot smoother, I think, if we do it like this. It is slightly less efficient, but on the whole, it's more efficient than having like a second bespoke train to go between Hemsworth and Cotsgrave East, just carrying refined oil. I think anyway. I guess we'll see, won't we? I guess we'll see. Right, so you've dropped off your fuel. Brilliant. You didn't really have much fuel to drop off, but that's fine. Can I have a little look at the finances, the charts? Oh, look at that. Look at that. 5.83 million in income. I mean, there were a couple of years where our expenditure was pretty substantial. But that is because we were building. We were building greatness. And let me tell you, it's worked. The greatness has turned out to be unbelievably profitable. Right, so you're going to unload 31 oil, 158,000. You're going to load up with a bunch of fuel. There's a little bit more fuel that's going to be refined right now. And that's also going to be loaded up into the train. Is it going to be a full load? I have absolutely no idea. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. I think we should have enough space in the train. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, this is just filthy. This is just absolutely ridiculous. I honestly think that I should probably get a third oil train. I actually think I straight up will. Yeah. Right. Configure vehicle. Clone selected vehicle. Oh, it's already on the fueling Cotsgrave route? Oh, fantastic. Great. Once again, it does mean that I need to take out a little bit of a loan. It's a short-term loan, though. It's not a long-term loan, not a long-term situation that we're in right now. Okay, and let's go to the next stop. So now you're going to go to Cotsgrave. I want to see how much money you make at Cotsgrave, please, train. So we'll do that. I also want to keep a very, very close eye on this train right here, as I'm going to reverse him manually into the oil well, Salcombe oil well. That's right. So that train I want to keep an eye on. And this train I want to keep an eye on. Nope. That train I want to keep an eye on. Brilliant. So as long as everything goes to plan, we shouldn't have any issues. I think what I might want to do is double up all of my stations along the route. So I've got, well, I say double up all of the stations. Salcombe East definitely doesn't need to be doubled up because there's always going to be like an excess amount of oil just sitting at the station, ready and waiting. There we go. So let's turn you around manually. Yeah, so there's always going to be at least 63 oil, at least for now. There's always going to be at least 63 oil just waiting at this station. However, I mean, we can't dual Cotsgrave. How much money is this going to be? Oh, just before the autosave as well. Brilliant. Oh, fantastic. 312,000. Don't mind if I do. That's pretty darn good. Right, so you're going to fill up. 63 oil. Fantastic. You can unpin that. Not bothered now. Great. Okay. Anyway, the point is that if I dual this station and I dual this station, then we will probably never have any issues. I say dual the station. I already set this station up to be dualed. It's already got a second platform, a second cargo platform. Oh, come on. Just borrow another 500 grand here and there. Extend it up and just sort of merge it in. Yeah, cracking. Grand. And we'll do exactly the same over here, except this time we're going to have to dual it as well. And cargo platform. Platforms, cargo platform. That's grand. And then, once again, just build forward a little bit, and then merge in. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So that means now that we should have absolutely no issues with, like, multiple trains coming in. We shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. It should all go relatively smoothly. We do still need to technically dual this entire section of track. This entire bit needs to be dualed. It will be dualed. It will probably just take a little while to get there. But it doesn't need to be done right now. Also, why on earth are you waiting right there? I see the issue here. There's no signal right there. Cool. And that needs to be classified as one way. And that needs to be classified as one way. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. All right. I mean, that's looking very, very nice. Very, very nice. Every single train that we've bought, every single vehicle that we've bought, in fact, not just train, has been profitable over the course of this episode. Tramming and Cotgrave, Tramming and Fairford, both profitable. The Fairford Express, the Cotsgrave, no, it's the Fairford Express. The Fairford Express, not an express train, is also very, very profitable. And then the Fueling Cotsgrave route as well. I mean, that must be the real money maker. I would be surprised if that wasn't my largest money making route. Real Grub is making a good amount of money, but Fueling Cotsgrave is making more. Yeah. That's pure profit. That is pure profit. That is pure profit. And oh, it is delightful. We might even see the second stop in action here. The second track in action. Yeah. So it's pretty irritating that I can't have. Yeah, I can't set full load any. I can't full load all. Hold up. Ah, that's not working. Okay, well, now would be a good time to finally... I say finally. Now would be a good time to dual this entire section of track. Can definitely do that. If that's going to make things easier for everyone, which apparently it will. So let's do that. Okay. Yep. It's not possible to cross over the tracks here. Not entirely sure why that's not working. Construction's not possible. I mean, that's fairly negative, to be honest. I don't like that attitude. Why is this section of track presenting a problem of all places? I get that it's on a corner. But I mean, it's fine, isn't it? All right, it's fine. We'll just do that there. Set up signals, and that needs to be one way. And as does that. What's up? Could not connect all stations? That shouldn't be a problem, should it? Ah, I see what the issue is. I haven't connected up this end. Yeah, so you... Ah, yeah, you need to go... You need to go over here. You need to go over there, like so. Brilliant. And you will need to connect up there. Yeah, I mean, in fact, this doesn't even need to... This bit of track doesn't even need to really exist. Yeah, fine. And that should allow you to get past with no issues whatsoever. Fantastic. Great. Ah, uh-oh. That looks not ideal. A little bit of a smooshing. Yeah, that's not so hot. That is not so hot. You know what? This is just ridiculous. I need to release the constraints. We'll say load if there is any available. But there is no way that we can afford for that train to be waiting around there for that long. Yeah, looking good. That's three trains on this route though, so hopefully it should all work out. We shouldn't have any sort of like backed up production in any place. It should all just work. Yeah, so rather than this train taking its own load of oil, it'll be the next train that takes the next train that takes this train's load of oil. If that makes sense. I think it is. I think it does make sense. Alright, also, now is a great time to duel this track, which I'm going to do just because it's the right time to do it. Right, so get that in there. Yeah, so left is going there. And right is coming back. Fantastic. And so this needs to link up to here. Fantastic. And then that just needs to go back, right? I believe that's what we need to do. What's the issue here? Ah, it's fine. So I'm about to fix whatever the problem was by getting a simple little crossover here. Fantastic. And we just plonk down some signals just really to say that is going there. That's going back. One way. Yep. One way. Yep. Perfect. Okay. We shouldn't have any issues at all. And now everything should be just that little bit smoother. Look at that. What do you know? What do you know? It works an absolute dream. And now we've got like 4 million in the bank. Better part of 4 million anyway. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I cannot actually believe it. You know what? Do we want to get a brand new train on this line? I think I actually do. I think I actually want to straight up just get another train on this line. Just bring it. Just absolutely bring it on. Sure, and except let me get a brand new one as well. Let me get two brand new trains. Oh, whoops, I clicked the clone button a couple of times because I didn't realize the game was auto-saving. That's fine. Point is that with two brand new trains, I should be able to roll around in even more money. Right, let's wait until these two trains get to the depot. In fact, do I even need to wait until they get to the depot? Until they get past the signal point, then I manually reverse them. I could just do this. Sure, just do that. That would make things a heck of a lot easier for me. So you're going to Hemsworth. Okay, apparently this doesn't do what I need it to do. It's fine. Ignore that ill thought out strategy. It was a vain attempt to try and make a little bit more money a little bit quicker. Maybe there's a moral in there somewhere. Maybe there is a moral in there. Right, reverse. And let's just watch you go in to the station as we round this episode up. I'm not even going to bother for that train to get through. I mean, look, everything is great. Everything is great. We've got pretty much no debt. Well, a small little $1 million loan. But I mean, that's paltry, really, in comparison to everything that we've been through over the course of this episode, and I'm sure I'll be able to pay it out just in the outro. There we go. Ladies and gents, thanks as ever for watching this episode of Transport Fever. I've been over to Potato, your host. Thanks as ever to my fantastic patrons who help make videos like this possible. Tune into the next one. I'll see you then. Bye.